and happy Monday. It's March 18th. I am MJ, and this is a general reading for the collective. And oh my gosh, I'm getting such a late start. So let's dive in here and see what we have going on energetically speaking. The first card I'm going to pull is the energy that's influencing us. That's that energy behind our mood, our decisions, how we relate with one another. Then we'll take a look at the situation, and we'll see what that has to offer us, and we'll see how the influencing energy plays a role in the situation. Then we'll open up the door to the uninvited house ghost. We'll see what they're bringing to this party, and then we'll wrap it all up with some words of advice. All right, let's dive in here, shall we? Oops. Well, you flew out. Okay. Literally, you flew right out of the deck. So we're feeling influenced by Lucia, the Two of Wands. When we're influenced by the Two of Wands, we see our potential. We understand that we have something pretty damn special, that we're holding the cards to our future. We can see that we are the creator of the next step, that we have this ability to change things up, that we have the potential to bring something perhaps into this world that no one else is seeing, that we're holding something pretty damn special within us. So let's see how Lucia's energy plays a role in the situation. You know, with Lucia here, she died in 1915, and she was at the beach, and at the time, you know, everyone, all the women, and actually men too, would wear very modest bathing suits. And for the women specifically, they wore these like woolen dresses, and they would wear stockings under. Now imagine it's like an 85-degree day at the beach, and you're wearing a wool dress with stockings. How uncomfortable would that be? But Maria was brave, right? Maria had this vision for having fun at the beach, for not feeling overwhelmed by the heat, you know, for letting herself be who she was and fearless. And so that's when she invented this bikini, which of course did not actually come out, you know, for another 30 years or so. She was ahead of her time. And that's the energy that this Two of Wands is bringing you. It's bringing you this ability to recognize that you have something within you that's very special, that might be ahead of its time. And that when you take a bold move, when you have the courage to put yourself out there, you will make waves. So let's see what the situation here is. So coming up, oh, we have poor Trevor. Poor Trevor. Trevor got so lost in the fantasy of what was going to become of his life now that he was meeting with a big Hollywood director, that he missed his appointment with that Hollywood director and was hit by a comet. Here you have this opportunity, yes, to dream big. You have this opportunity to create something new, to take a bold step forward. The situation here, though, is one where you might get a glimpse of all of the possibilities, and you might find that you get lost in them. And so, you know, be careful not to fall into that trap, right? Where you're not putting in the work, and instead you're focusing on what might be, not what will be when you actually start working. The Seven of Cups can create this space where we feel free to dream big. And I love that about the Seven of Cups, and that you do get to kind of spend some time just sort of allowing those dreams to kind of morph and evolve and become so much more rich and exciting. But you have to ask yourself, is it realistic? You know, and you also have to ask yourself, am I wasting time dreaming when I should be doing? And so just be careful with that. Yeah, you know, maybe spend some, you know, minutes thinking about, all the potential that this idea that you have, right? This next step that you can make in your life, all of the potential that it holds. But be careful not to fall into the trap, into Trevor's trap here, where you get stuck in that state of fantasy. So let's see who's showing up here as the uninvited house guest, and what do they bring? Okay, so we have the Four of Swords, and we have Tommy, who is all about rest and relaxation. And Tommy's is a funny story because Tommy's parents decided they were going to try something new with him. He seemed to be a little bit out of control, and they stumbled upon this way of parenting, which was this a hands-off approach. Let the kid eat as much candy, let them stay up as late as they want, and eventually they will figure it out. And so, unfortunately, Tommy pushed their buttons for a while and got away with murder. And he was exhausted. So he decided he was going to sleep up in his treehouse. He didn't get enough sleep. He was overly exhausted and he fell out of his treehouse, and that's how he died. Having his presence come into the situation, he's basically saying, hey, you might have been doing a lot of work. Maybe fantasizing takes a lot out of you. I don't know. But it might be time to take a break from that, right? If you're overthinking all of the potential, if you're getting so caught up in what could be, maybe it's time to kind of remove yourself from everything. Remove yourself from a situation just temporarily. This isn't a long term, but just enough time for you to just rest. Clear your mind, right? Don't try to overthink what might hold, what the future might hold, or what the possibilities are. Just sort of rest yourself. Give yourself time for healing. Give yourself time to take a break. If you're feeling this push and this anxiousness that comes from when you get a really good idea, when you get, oh my gosh, when I have an idea, and I just want, especially if it's like a new deck idea, I will literally work until the wee hours of the morning and then be exhausted the next day. Go figure. This is a time for you to take a break, practice some self-care, allow yourself time to rest, especially if you're really excited about something. Yes, we want to, envision what the future holds, but we also want to make space for other things too, right? If you're just focusing on the fantasy, maybe it's time to focus on the reality, which is the self-care that you might need. And so the situation that the Four of Swords brings, what Tommy is coming into the situation and he's bringing is, he's kind of like taking your hand and he's like, all right, enough staring up at the clouds, let's go actually rest. Let's quiet the mind a little bit. Let's disengage from what has you, thinking about the future, and just bring it to the present. Bring it to the moment and allow yourself some time to recuperate. Even if you feel like, well, I haven't really been doing much except for daydreaming, maybe it's time to even take a break from the daydreaming and just allow yourself the quietness and the wisdom that comes from not thinking about anything, right? Not engaging in any future planning at all. So let's see what we have here for the advice card. And so how he's going to come in is, he might come in as an offer to go away for the weekend, or he might come in as a chance to go for a walk at the park by yourself, or to take a break somehow by yourself, to take some time alone. He might give you a day off this week that just comes out of the blue, and you get to use that to, sleep in and take some self-time. Okay, so the advice here. Yes. Jacob Birch. We have the King of Cups. Jacob always knew that smooth seas makes for the best sailing. And he also knew that a ship where people were at odds and fighting with one another rarely made for a good sailing. The potential is often missed when there's a lot of high emotions running. And so he knows that in order to find success, you kind of have to be able to be a mediator. You have to be that person who keeps everyone calm. I feel like he's coming in because there could be some emotions that are sparked by the Seven of Cups, this excitement maybe for the future. And what I feel like you have going on here is you have all of this excitement on the top, right? Because you have the Two of Wands, and you have, this taking that bold step, using your creativity, pushing forward with an idea, striking out onto something new, and putting yourself out there, which can be very, invigorating. It can be very exciting. And then you have all of the possibilities that come from that in this situation that might reveal future possibilities and might get you just so caught up in the moment that you forget about what you need to do right now to ensure success. And that's on the top part. Now here, the bottom part of this thread, we have these calming elements. We have an opportunity to take a break. And we have the reminder that it's important to approach a situation from a place where your emotions are calm, where you're able to see the potential, where you're not getting yourself worked up, thinking about everything and what could happen, and you're missing out on an opportunity because of that. You'll see everything more clearly when your emotions are settled, right? When you're not just bubbling up. And so when this opportunity comes in, when you're in the state of dreaming big and you're thinking about all the things that you're going to be able to accomplish because you feel this spark from Lucia here, when you move forward with it, don't forget to seize that opportunity that's coming in to take a break for some self-care so that you can rest yourself, you can get that inner wisdom. It's in that inner wisdom that you will find more opportunities for success and actionable things that you can find what you need to do next, right? It's like actionable strategies that will transform an idea into something that will grow and blossom into something so much bigger. And that's what I feel like that Seven of Cups gives you, that opportunity to see the potential. But it's really the Four of Swords that gets you rested up and ready to take that next step. And it's the King of Cups that keeps your emotions calm so that you can move forward with confidence, knowing that you're seeing the opportunities for what they really are, that you're not letting your emotions create a state of fantasy. I hope this reading makes sense. Much love to you. Peace, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.